Hi everyone, welcome back to a new mid-Seiken video. So this is a part 2 of the last video I made, and this was originally gonna be called Skins with Wasted Potential, but I realized that it's just the same as the Simple Changes video, so I decided to rebrand this one to part 2. So like last time, we're gonna be looking at skins that need some simple changes to make them better. So let's get into the video. Join the Discord, like and subscribe, and I have a sick voice but I don't care, so let's go. Artful is a skin for Noli, costing 2,500 points. This skin is pretty cool, having a custom Nova looking like the Artful music box from Die of Death, and having a custom intro. The intro looks the same as the intro from Die of Death Artful has, but there's problems I have with the skin. First of all, there's no chase theme. The Pursuer Slasher skin has a chase theme, but Artful doesn't. That makes no sense, and it's stupid how they haven't made one despite updating the skin a lot. So make the Artful Noli chase theme, please. I made the script before CEO of Isaac made a statement in like the Q&A, and he said that the Artful theme is coming soon. So this part was useless. Secondly, the animation should be changed. Give him his wand, so maybe for his M1 he could use his wand to spawn a tendril, or he can just hit you with it. And change his Nova animation where Artful spawns in a music box and throws it. And give him a custom animation where he charges up the Nova ability, he grabs his music box, and when the startup is finished, he gets the music box above his head, kinda like the repurpose variant of the copyright ability from Die of Death. I won't describe what it looks like, but I'll show it on screen right now. His sound effects are also weird, sounding glitchy, but they shouldn't have changed the sounds to like magical or more natural instead of glitchy type sounds. And one more thing before we move on, but they didn't really execute Artful as a Noli skin, but instead they should have made Artful into a John Doe skin, since it's easier to execute the skin well, and it would make sense since they both have similar abilities. But I'll talk about that in a future video. Alright, let's move on to the next skin. Geometry is a skin for John Doe, costing 15,000 points. This skin is pretty okay, having a wooden arm, I'm not sure, but he got wood on his upper face with 2 flowers, and he also has the Rachez theme. I like the Rachez theme, but it doesn't fit Geometry in my opinion. When they first announced the Geometry theme moving from a different skin, I thought it was gonna be an original skin with flowers and wood corruption on the skin, like Sakura flowers, or a flower that has a negative meaning like the Nightshade or the Black Rose, I think that's what it's called. But nah, we'll give it to Geometry, but I don't have a problem with this skin. But there is one thing I will change with Geometry, and that is to redesign it a bit. Geometry can look the same, but increase the corruption a bit, like adding more wood, I think it's wood, and some more flowers. A big flower on his chest, or some wooden spikes sticking out of his back. and some vines all over him. Adding more flowers and corruption and more design will give the Rochez theme given to geometry more justice, and it could more resemble the Rochez theme and the corruption on the skin better. I don't think they should overdo the corruption, but just add more wood, branches, and flowers on geometry, and give him a big flower on his chest, since that would look cool. Let's move on to the next skin. Missing No is a skin for Noli costing 999 points, and it's a pretty cool skin. I like using it sometimes. Missing No has custom sound effects and a custom Nova, apparently looking like the bad egg glitch from Pokemon. When I first saw this skin, I thought it was a Yoshi egg. Hey, cut me some slack. Pokemon came out before I was born, okay? I only knew Pokemon from the show and Pokemon Go, okay? This is overall a pretty cool skin and I like it a bit. But there's one thing missing with Missing No, and that is a custom chase theme. Ever since I saw a video about people talking about Missing No deserves a chase theme, I kinda disagreed with that. But when I saw a Missing No UST created by Vlad, I thought maybe it deserves a chase theme, but I can understand why the Foreskin team said no, since there wasn't really anything special with Missing No. But I think he should get a chase theme. Maybe, I don't know. Let's move on to the next skin. And also, I only knew Missing No because of an FNF mod. I'm sorry, but I just didn't know who Missing No was, and I just never heard of him in my entire life until the FNF mod. But I thought he was an original character and thought nothing much of it. And when the Noli skin came out, I thought it was just a Nintendo YouTuber. Don't blame me in the comments for that. It's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault. Oh, this is gonna be a long one, just like my dip. Color and Electricity is a skin for Cool Kid costing 10,050 points. I really like this skin for some reason. The design is honestly really great, having a necklace with colorful spiral beads looking like a rainbow. And he also has a different face and a different skin color, looking like a dark gray, and he's got custom minions too, having the same face as Color and Electricity, but they have different skin colors, which are red, green, blue, pink, and yellow, but that's removed. I wish they had more colors like cyan, purple, or any color that's on Color and Electricity's beads, if that makes sense. I really like this skin because it's colorful. The chase theme is really great, and it's just a really good skin. And this skin introduced me to the Color and Electricity song by Muship. I think that's their name. And that song is fire. Go listen to it, and shout out to Muship. But there's a few things missing with this skin, and that is custom Corrupt Nature on Walk Speed Override Sword, custom voice lines and more minion colors, and different minion animations. And lastly, a custom Last Man Standing. I think this skin should have a better walk speed override sword and the custom Corrupt Nature. The sword should be a glowing RGB sword like the Milestone 4 Shadletsky sword, but it's RGB, and it should exclude yellow for obvious reasons. Go listen to the song and you'll know what I mean. And there should be a custom Corrupt Nature. The Corrupt Nature should be one of Color and Electricity's beads, but they could be randomized colors like red, orange, green, blue, cyan, purple, pink, and gray. This skin should get custom voice lines. Having the default Cool Kid voice lines is pretty weird and doesn't really fit the skin, but instead they should give him custom voice lines. Endless VA did a great job with the color and electricity voice line concept, so maybe use those. And lastly, a custom LMS. The LMS should be either just the color and electricity chase theme with the lyrics from the original song, or it should be a remix of the original and original English lyrics. I think a remix of the original song with English lyrics would be better rather than the chase theme with lyrics. I'm looking at you, Gasher Poon. And at the LMS, color and electricity would turn bloody red, and he'll have his eyes open and a frown on his face. And the walk speed override sword, the corrupt nature, and minions will only change to red now. And maybe his voice lines would change at LMS. The LMS would be with anyone, and it won't require any survivors to activate it. And one more thing, I forgot to mention this, but color and electricity should get a custom kill animation, like he could bite your neck or just eat you, since he does eat stuff for colors, so it would make sense. And change his cool GUI to rainbow or something. Alright, now let's move on to the next skin. This took way too long to write. This is gonna be another long one, even longer than my Devesto is a skin for Noli, costing 2,500 points. This skin is pretty decent, looking like Devesto from Die of Death, except he has a right side unlike Artful. Devesto's right side is a monochrome version of himself, with a raised eyebrow transitioning with the left side. Your right side was awful, Artful. You shouldn't have gotten a magical side or something. W concept. Anyway, Devesto also has a custom Nova, looking like the collision tool from the F3X tool. And he's even gotten a custom intro and outro, which look really good. So overall, a pretty decent skin. I sometimes use him. But kinda like Artful, Devesto is missing a lot of stuff to make him better. Firstly, animations. Now, I think some animations are fine for Devesto. I think he should get a custom kill animation, custom M1 animation, custom Nova animation, and custom Void Rush animations. For his M1 animation, it should be him using the F3X tools to spawn in blocks in the shape of a tendril for his kill animation, and it should be him using the rotating tool on your head. Rotates your head to your head facing back. Then Devesto will use the move tool after. Then move your head up from your head. Then move your head up from your body and you die. Basically getting decapitated and neck snapped. Isn't that a cool kill animation for Devesto, instead of him using a tendril to pull and stomp you? The kill animation is good, but it doesn't fit Devesto, you know. Remember the Artful Noli Void Rush animations I was talking about in the Artful section of the video? Well, Devesto should get the same thing, but instead of a music box, it's the Monster Mash gear, and it should play the Monster Mash song, but it's sped up, kinda like. And for the Nova animations, they're okay, but the effects should be changed. Like when Devesto does the Nova wind up, he changes the F3X tool into the color tool, and chooses a random color, and when it explodes, the explosion will be a randomized color, and if someone gets hit, they would have that randomized color on their skin for 50 or 20 seconds. Then the paint will go away and your skin color will change back to normal. I was gonna say that he also needs a chase theme, but Isaac already confirmed that a chase theme will come for Artful and Devesto, so in my opinion, the Noli Devesto skin could have taken a more creative approach, since he does have the F3X tool and there's a lot of ideas for that. Let's move on to the next skin in our list. Chimera is a skin for Noli costing 15,000 points, and this skin is pretty decent. Despite there isn't really much to the skin, it looks pretty decent. The glowing wings and the glowing lines on his gauntlet look pretty good, and it's a pretty alright skin. But I think this skin should get a redesign on the cloak. I think there should be more stars and outlines on the cloak with ancient text on the outlines. What I mean by this is the cloak Taff wears, and it should look like that, but it's purple. The glowing parts of the skin should be a lighter purple because it would fit the design more. Or they could make it fit the mask a little bit by putting some black on the cloak. But I just think this skin should get a simple redesign that makes it look like the original but better. Next skin. Oh my god, another long one. Even more longer than my day. White Pumpkin is a skin for Slasher. This is an achievement skin where you have to kill someone with gashing wound on the first hit next to a Taff trap. This skin is pretty unique and cool, having custom animations to fit White Pumpkin's Minecraft appearance. She also has voice lines and a custom raging pace, looking like the redstone smoke effect. But there's a ton of missing potential for this skin, so let's list what I want for this skin. Firstly, custom sound effects. I think White Pumpkin should get sound effects from Minecraft and some original sounds. Like, she could get original sound effects from Raging Paste, Behead, Slash, and the kill animation. Then she could get Minecraft sound effects from Footsteps, the intro, and the outro, and the hit sound effect. Secondly, White Pumpkin should get a custom intro and outro. For the intro, White Pumpkin should be in her lair, or whatever it's called. I didn't play the White Pumpkin part of Minecraft story mode, sorry. Anyway, White Pumpkin should be in her lair, and she'll throw an axe at a button, and an entrance will open. White Pumpkin will walk towards the entrance, grab her axe, and throws an ender pearl outside, and she'll teleport to the map. W intro concept, let me know. And her outro should be her holding the blue flint and steel in her hand, and the camera chases after her. Then the camera gets slashed by White Pumpkin's axe. Then White Pumpkin kicks them, they get knocked back into a trap. Then White Pumpkin switches a lever, and the camera falls into the lava, while White Pumpkin looks down while you fall, and that's the outro. Is it peak? Thirdly, White Pumpkin should get a chase theme. It doesn't need to be a crazy, upbeat, intense chase theme, but it should be White Pumpkin's soundtrack from Minecraft Story Mode, but it's remixed into a chase theme. And lastly, White Pumpkin should get her axe into looking enchanted, since White Pumpkin has her axe enchanted in Minecraft story mode, or make it enchanted when using Raging Pace. Let's move on to the next skin. Voidbound is a skin for 1x1x1x1, costing 12,050 points. The skin is really good and I like it a lot, despite him being unfinished and he has some missing features. The skin is pretty good and I like using him. Voidbound has cool visual effects, like a ritual circle on his back and a unique eye glare. He's also got a recolor of the zombies looking like a dark purple, but these zombies will change into knights from the render, which look really cool, and I can't wait to see them. And he's even gotten custom sound effects, and they sound really good, and they sound a lot better compared to the default 1x sounds. And it's purple, so yeah. But despite the skin being really cool, the skin is unfinished, so it's missing a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna say what the skin needs to make Voidbound complete. Starting off with a custom chase theme. The skin should get a custom chase theme. The chase theme should be something royalty or medieval like, if that makes sense, because Voidbound kinda gives that royalty or medieval vibes because of the purple and the night zombies in his render. So give it a medieval style chase theme, or just give it a chase theme with any genre as long as it fits the skin. Voidbound's zombies should be changed into looking like the night guys emerging from the ground from his render. Nothing much to say, but the zombies should be changed into those guys. Lastly, Voidbound should probably get some custom voice lines to give the skin personality and lore. Like he could talk like a king, talk like a knight, or a prince, whatever. I think this skin should get custom voice lines because this skin could use some voice lines. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this skin will never get voice lines because of Forsaken's stupid excuse to not add voice lines to 1x. In my opinion, these changes will make the Voidbound skin used more, since it stands out from the rest, and it deserves to stand out from all the other 1x skins. I can't wait this skin to be finished. Let's move on to the final skin on our list. Cosplayer is a skin for Cool Kid, costing 900 points. This skin is okay, giving Cool Kid different paper bags for each round with a killer's face on it, and also giving them different voice lines for each paper bag, like he is cosplaying. For John Doe, Cool Kid will say voice lines from the Demon King skin, and if Cool Kid will cosplay as 1x, then he'll say voice lines from the Betrayed 1x skin, with some original Cool Kid voice lines. I don't use this skin, but it's okay. The reason why I don't like this skin is because the design is way too simple. I know it is a joke skin, but this joke skin is not good. So let's try to come up with a better design. Let's start with Slasher. I think the paper bag should be replaced with a paper drawing of Slasher's face and some tape on his head and a bag over Cool Kid's head so it stays attached. Next, Cool Kid should get a brown towel or just a regular scarf for the scarf Slasher has. Next, Cool Kid should just get a regular bacon fit, like the biker shirt and the jacket and the pants, and make it a little bit dusty. Next, Cool Kid should get a paper chainsaw on his back, and a foam machete for his walk speed override. And lastly, Cool Kid should get a random book with a lot of tape so it stays on it. Let's move on to John Doe. Cool Kid should get cardboard claws, a cardboard corrupted arm, and some cardboard shoes, and they'll be scribbled in black with a little bit of red. And Cool Kid will have a paper bag of John Doe's face, I guess. Let's move on to 1x1x1x1. Cool Kid should have a paper bag that is fully colored in black with an eye glare on it. And Cool Kid will have a cardboard green domino crown on the top of his bag. Next, Cool Kid should get the same cardboard 1X torso, but just make it a little bit smaller to fit Cool Kid's torso better. And Cool Kid should have 2 cardboard swords colored in black on his hands. One for his M1 and the other one for walk speed override. And the corrupt nature should be a small mass infection. And lastly, Noli. Since Noli released, how about giving him a variant for the cosplay skin? Cool Kid should have a small paper bag with a drawing of the tragedy mask and the decay skull with the cardboard void star on the top of the bag. Next, Cool Kid should get a half cardboard torso, going to the left, and the left cardboard arm and leg that is colored dark purple to reference Noli's decayed side. I don't know if Cool Kid will do Noli's voice lines because Noli just says stuff from media, so I don't know. I don't know if people will use the skin more with these changes, but people will probably use the cosplay skin more if they added more to the skin. Let's end the video now. Thank you guys for watching the video. Sorry this video took a while, but I finally made it, so yay. Let me know what you think of these changes in the comments, and let me know what changes you would make for a skin. And don't keep saying chase themes all the time, and say something else. Like and subscribe, and join the Discord please, and bye bye.
Mm-hmm.